All right, Aries, here we go. Let's take a look at it. My fire family, how are you? Thank you so much for clicking here. I appreciate you. Welcome to Ten of Cups Tarot. If you've never been here before, if you are not yet a member of this beautiful and very quickly growing tribe of Aries at Ten of Cups Tarot, thanks for stopping in. If you're interested in staying, there is a subscription button in the bottom right-hand corner of this little screen where I live. If you are the ride or die, thanks for coming back. I appreciate you. My readings, you know already, if you're the ride or die, that my readings are always for the week ahead, right? Whenever you find them, today, tomorrow, next year, it could resonate at any time for you. We're looking at a couple of oracle decks, and then we're going to throw some tarot at it as we usually do, Aries. And let's find out what's going on for you in the week ahead, Aries. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. Tell me about Aries, please. Oh, I forgot to take out the third deck. We are using 3. There we go. Tell me about Aries. What's going on for you, Aries? Tried to flip out, but it just did not. Let's find out what's going on. We've got cleansing waters. I like that. Purification activates vibrant life force. All right. So this is going to be a week of cleansing for you, friend. Look, there's lots going on astrologically. There's a lot. Mars is causing issues in Cancer. We've got all the planets lined up today. It's the 25th. Telling you, this is the time for you to, we have a new moon in Aquarius coming on the 29th. So look, we're in a crazy times here. So I think that this is really truly where you are at this time. It feels like you are in the cleansing waters, my friend. It says here, purification activates the life force. And, the best way to cleanse ourselves is with water. Look, if you're having a hard day, best thing to do is to jump in the shower and cleanse yourself, right? Get all of that dirty energy off. And that's really a really good way to celebrate a new moon. It's also really imperative that you take a look at this astrological time that we're having today with all the planets lining up, and know that it's a cleansing time for you. It's time for you to cleanse. So take time to get in the shower today. Take time to set new intentions. Make sure you kind of step out of the shower with the right foot first, so you're on the right foot, stepping into this new cycle here. Bottom of the deck, we have it's a narrow pathway, tread thoughtfully. So I think that's part of all the stuff that's going on here. And I think that's why we're looking at the cleansing waters, because I feel like somebody here is about to go on some sort of a journey, a very thoughtful journey. It could be a spiritual journey. Let's find out what else is going on for you. Aries, as I'm doing this reading, it's like I've been delaying doing this reading today because I have this feeling in my stomach today. It feels like it's a little bit of anxious energy. And I knew that I was about to do fire signs today. And as a rule, fire signs usually pump me up, right? But I feel a little bit of anxiety coming into your reading today. So maybe somebody out there is dealing with some things that no one really knows about. I think you're keeping it under the surface, under the water here. Tell me more about Aries, please. What does Aries need to know for the week ahead? We've got honesty. Ooh, you know what? I feel like you're keeping something under the surface that you think you shouldn't say. Something you think that you should not bring to the surface. So honesty here, it says, I can't always expect the truth from others, but I can expect it from myself. So I feel like you need to be honest with yourself. It does feel like there's something that possibly you've been keeping under the surface. And I feel like it might be giving you a little bit of pang of anxiety. You know the space I'm talking about, just above the stomach, just below the diaphragm, right there, right? One more card for Aries. We've got indecision. Look, I'm just going to say, look at all of this violet purple energy here. I mean, this is a violet deck in general, but these two here, look, not all these cards are violet, right? So we do have these two here coming out side by side is not coincidence. Nothing ever is in life, right? Not just in a reading. So we have indecision, right? It's telling exactly what I was getting off of that first card. Somebody has indecision about being honest and bringing something to the surface and facing something, I feel. It says here, I use my intuition in all aspects of my life. I feel like somebody here is hiding something under the surface that they feel they shouldn't speak of, or they shouldn't tell somebody, or maybe it's a feeling for someone, or maybe it's maybe you're in a relationship and you need to voice your opinion, but it's going to cause a kerfuffle. Kerfuffles never scare you, Aries. I feel like you can say it if you need to say it, but we do have your third eye is opening. You're seeing something that you are not telling people that you're seeing. You're noticing things in situations, places, and people that you are not saying anything about. And that's why I've got the anxiety in my gut, I'm pretty sure. We have service that says, I feel good when I can help others. So I think that you're just keeping quiet and moving forward, I want to say. You just keep giving service, helping others, saving everybody else, and keeping your stuff under the surface. Tell me what else we have here for Aries, please. One more card, then we'll get to the tarot here, Aries. I think that whatever it is you're keeping to yourself is quite emotional. I think that's what's causing the indecision and your inability to be honest. There is a little bit of green and blue in this honesty card here, and I feel like they represent the heart chakra and the throat chakra. I feel like you need to speak whatever's on your heart, Aries. Ooh, goodness. All right, it feels like it's going to be a heavy one. I'm just saying, it's going to be a heavy reading here. Yeah, something's got to change, friend. Something's got to change. Your indecision is what has to change. In order for you, this red energy is what I'm looking at, in order for you to feel safe and secure and to feel sturdy and solid, you've got to have a solid root if the tree's going to grow, right? So I feel like this root chakra energy is what we're looking at here. Something's got to change because I feel like something is not necessarily tethered, like something feels like it's floating out in space. It's not tethered and it feels a little bit anxious. Got forgiveness. You might be needing to forgive someone, or you want to get forgiveness from someone, or like maybe you want to give it to someone. I forgive you. Or maybe you want someone to come to you and say, look, I forgive you. Maybe you think you're owed an apology, possibly. Could be that as well. Let's take a look at the tarot here for you, Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. Tell me about Aries for the week ahead. Tell me about these cleansing waters. What's going on with the tarot for Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter? We've got the Seven of Wands. Whew. Look, I'm taking heavy breaths here because I'm feeling this. Something is creeping up to the surface. Like it feels like something you've been trying to push down here. It's behind your boundaries. You're feeling defensive. It feels like something that you've been trying to push down, put food on top of, push down, put alcohol on top of, push down. Like I feel like something here that you've been pushing down. And you don't usually do that. So it really feels, to me, it feels of importance. And maybe it's something that is emotional. Look, it's coming to the surface. The Hanged Man doesn't come out in the reverse for me very often. It's coming to the surface. Whatever it is, you're going to figure it out. So you're going to have your clarity. You're going to have your aha moment. You're going to stop sacrificing your health. Because look, stress is a killer, right? It can make you sick, can beat up your immune system. I feel like somebody's got to say something. You've got to be honest with others. It says, I can't always expect truth from others. So it feels like you think someone's lying to you or lied to you, possibly. Someone that you feel maybe owes you an apology. Something's got to change here regardless, though. That's what it looks like. We've got the Emperor. Look, it just gets better. It just gets better. So I feel like the Emperor's got to change the indecision. I'm just saying, you don't even have to be a card reader to see that energy, right? It feels like you need to take charge of something here. And it's going to cause change. And I feel like whatever you've got to say, whatever's been hiding above your stomach and below your diaphragm, I feel like it's something that you know that when you say it out loud, it's going to cause massive change. So you're treading thoughtfully. Because you like when people see you as this person, right? The person who's always in service of others. You like when people see you as the person who comes in and runs in and saves everything. And that's why you keep things under the surface sometimes. We have the Knight of Pentacles. We have the Eight of Wands. One more card. So I feel, honestly, I don't feel like we're resolving this in this reading. I feel like the Knight of Pentacles is telling me that you are going to take your time. You're going to take your time, go over some details, be very particular, very aware before you decide to come to some sort of conclusion. Until then, you're keeping it in the moon energy. That's what it feels like here. It feels like you do have something to say. I'm just saying the Emperor is shooting arrows, taking a shot, saying something, sending energy. It feels like this moon energy here. There's things that are hiding in here. Things are not as they seem. But from your side, you know exactly what's going on. For everyone else, they're seeing the mask, right? Whatever your rising sign is, that's what you're showing everybody. You're not showing them your sun sign. Aries maybe is your rising sign. It could be that. But the moon energy here, you might have a Pisces or Cancer moon, but it could be rising energy too, since we're talking about that right now. We do have Pisces energy here. We have some Virgo energy, Aries. So I feel like it's up to you. The change is up to you. Look, nothing has to change from here, Aries. I'm not here to tell you to do anything. You're making all your own decisions. Use your discernment, right? But I feel like there's something here that has got to change for the Emperor. Tell me what that is. Because I feel like there's something you've been in indecision of for a really long time, but I think the reason that you haven't said anything about it is because it's quite emotional. And I feel like you feel that if one false move, and you'll drown. You'll fall into the water and you won't get out. You'll fall into the emotions. Queen of Swords. Woo! The universe is not playing with you today, Aries. Not playing. Look, unfinished business needs to be spoken of. There it is. We got the Eight of Swords, but you're not. You're like, nah, brah. Nope, I'm not doing it. I'm not going to say anything. I'm not going to say anything. The Eight of Swords tells me that you feel like your hands are tied. There's a situation here where you feel like if you divulge something or say something to someone, that it's going to cause a tear in the continuum. It's gonna cause a ripple somewhere. You have some unfinished business with someone, something, maybe an old job, but the Queen of Swords is here. Could be an employer, but it feels like the Queen of Swords to me is representation that is trying to urge the Emperor to be honest and truthful to make this change. I feel like honesty is showing up here with the Queen of Swords for a reason. Right? Nothing is ever by accident in these readings. And I really do feel that the message you're getting here is, look, there's a way to be truthful and honest with people by being assertive and not aggressive. I know aggression's your thing. But listen, your ruling planet is right now in Cancer, causing problems. So maybe while Mars has got its back turned, busy lining up with all the other planets, maybe it's time for you to think about saying something. I feel like you've drawn boundaries with somebody here, and so maybe that's the reason why you haven't said anything just yet. But the World card tells me that you still have some sort of a cycle or a chapter out there that's dangling open, like the door is still ajar, and you haven't closed the door. And I don't know if that's because you want someone to follow through and maybe bring an apology to you, or maybe you feel like someone owes you an apology. I feel like somebody here wants to take a risk and say sorry, possibly. I don't know if it's you or someone else. You can use your own discernment to figure that out. But it does feel like here your hands are tied. I feel like you feel your hands are tied, and it feels like you think if you make a move this way or that way that you're going to get cut. And I feel like you're not ready. You're not ready to bleed these emotions. Oh, what's that song? Look, I'm a clairaudience and I'm constantly getting music and I don't always bother you guys with it. But I'm hearing someone sing, I keep bleeding love. So that's I just keep hearing it on a loop. I know it's a song. I keep bleeding love. If you know what that song is, please share a link to that song from YouTube, or tell me who sings that song. But that's what I'm hearing. So somebody here is possibly not wanting to show their feelings or their emotions, and for whatever reason. Let's find out what that is. So I feel like you need to cleanse yourself. So you need to purify this thing. You need to get rid of these emotions. You need to expel it, say it, or just wash it away. But something has to be done. Some change needs to happen here. Tell me about this. We've got the Empress, we've got the Queen of Cups, and we have the Ace of Cups. So I feel like you have feelings for the Empress. There is an Empress somewhere, somehow. Maybe they are Libra or Taurus. They don't have to be. The Empress is all the queens, right? But we do have somebody here who I feel that you're still energetically stuck to. And I feel it makes you feel like your back's against the wall, or it makes you feel defensive whenever they creep into your energy. I feel like you are going to release some sort of honesty. Either maybe you're just going to release it silently to yourself. Maybe you'll just be honest with yourself. But I feel like there's going to be some sort of aha moment here, or moment of realization where you've realized that you have been sacrificing yourself in this situation by not saying something, sacrificing your health for sure, because it might be causing stress. We've got the Four of Pentacles. Yeah, so you're keeping it under wraps. You're like, no, I'm not saying a thing. I'm not doing it. I'm not sharing my energy. I'm going to remain quiet. I'll figure it out myself. I'll find a way to let it go. I'll find my light and I'll find my way. Sounds like a little bit of Aries energy. Look, Taurus always gets stuck with the label of stubborn, but I don't know about that. I don't know who made up that one. Maybe we are stubborn, Taurus. I'm a Taurus sun. But Aries, you can be a little stubborn yourself. You can be. You're a cardinal sign, but you can be a little stubborn. We do have the Ace of Swords. Yeah. I feel like you're like, you know what? I feel like you think if you go into Hermit energy here that you're going to get the clarity that you need. And I feel like the thing is I feel like when you do go into Hermit energy here, as you're trying to withhold the boundaries that you've created in the Four of Pentacles here, I feel like what's going to end up happening is after going all the details of what went on, I think that you're going to say something. What is Aries going to say here? I feel like you're the one that's going to make change. You're the one that's going to say something. The Ace of Swords is always the beginning of conversation. And I think it's coming soon here. But I also, again, feel like it's water under the surface because this is Cancer energy. It feels like emotions under the surface is what it feels like. It does feel like you do want to say something. And you know what? The universe is doing everything it can. This is Major Arcana, everything it can to push you out of your comfort zone. That's what it looks like here. So that's the tension that I'm feeling in my gut. Maybe you're feeling it in yours. But there is a lesson to be learned here, I want to say, with the Hierophant showing up. And there's the stubborn energy. I feel like you are somebody who's like, I know what I know. I do what I do. Don't tell me what to do, crazy lady in Canada who's a tarot reader, thinks she knows everything. Don't tell me how to run my life. Look, that's why you bring your discernment here. I'm not telling you what to do. What I'm telling you is what the cards are telling me. And it tells me that the Hierophant energy is here. You're very stubborn at something. I'm on my path. Don't tell me what to do. I know where I'm going. I have the doctrine. I'm a traditional person, and this is the way things are going to be. And I'm like, yeah, go ahead and do that. Go ahead and do that, but I don't think it's serving you. And I think that this is really, really bothering you. Tell me how Aries can make meaningful change, please. We've got the Three of Cups. There it is. Look, I don't make the rules. Don't hate the player, hate the game. Oh gosh. Three of Swords is in the reverse. What the heck? And then we have the High Priestess. So you're connected to someone in a very secret way. You're being very silent about some sort of heartbreak, heartache, or disappointment that you experienced with someone. I really do feel that the only way to resolve this, if you're the one that's stuck with the energy in your chest, I'm going to say this anxiety type feeling. I'm not a doctor. I'm not diagnosing you, but I do have anxiety, and so I'm feeling it too. And so the Three of Cups is telling me that I think that the only way to complete this cycle and close the door is to have some type of a reunion. To call up that person, to text them, see what they're doing, see if they want to meet you face to face somewhere, see if there's something that we can work on. For some of you, we could be talking about, like I was saying, the Queen of Swords could be a boss, right? Could be something that happened at a workplace. Maybe you just need to get something off your chest. But I feel as though that you've been working a lot on yourself, Aries. I want to say that you've been doing a lot of self-mastery stuff, and that's why this has come up. This is part of your healing, is what it feels like. This is part of the healing energy. I keep bleeding. I just keep bleeding love. I feel like it's like an old love, or it's like somebody that you love. Look, this could be platonic love, right? It could be a member of the family. And it just keeps, like, you can, no matter how much you stitch up the wound, you can't stop bleeding love. It feels like the only way to do it, the only way to heal the heart with the Three of Swords in the reverse is to stop being silent, is to actually get out there and work on it. I don't necessarily know if that's what you wanted to hear, my friend, but I feel like this is the anxiety in your gut. That's what it feels like. It's confusion. What do I do? Which cup do I take? Do I get rid of the cups? Do I just smash all the cups? Like, what do I do? I feel like the only way that you can be happy is if you partner with somebody. If you take it to a pentacle level, friend, and you don't deal with it in the energy of emotions, if you just whip out your King of Swords energy, you know, you are the Emperor, right? So I feel like I feel like the King of Swords is necessary in order to speak with the Queen of Swords or speak like the Queen of Swords. But I feel like you just need to approach it oh boy, that's what it is. Look, you have to approach it as a head over heart situation. But look what we've got here. We've got the Ten of Swords here. You need to release something. And I think what you need to release is you're trying to release a soulmate connection, maybe from the past, or this could be, this is like a choice to release something. I feel like the only way it's going to happen is if you express yourself, is what I'm trying to get at. I think you need to say something instead of trying to get away with it, because everything that you try and get away with follows you, right? It's always going to follow you. It's always going to be under the surface. So you can look, you don't even have to talk to somebody to give them forgiveness. If that's the case, you're trying to forgive somebody who did you wrong. You can do that silently. You can do that in hermit energy, but maybe you're wanting someone to come to you and say sorry. Either way, somebody's taking a risk. Somebody's about to take a risk. So I'm going to say relax, listen to the universe, and trust that things are going down the way that they should be. Have patience, which is kind of funny, Aries, but you really do have to release this in order to be happy. In order to be happy, you really have to come to a realization that it's something that needs to be released, or you're just going to keep feeling, you're just going to keep bleeding love. That's all it is. I'm going to go, Aries. Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate you. I'm going to go for now, but I'll be back because, well, I'm always back. You guys know that. And have a great week. Bye-bye.